before you leave. You got it?
Yep.
Good stuff. Ephesians 5, 11 and 12. Who bold enough to read that for me? Go for it.
What version you want? Any version?
No, it don't matter to me. Just read.
Have no part in the things that people in darkness do.
Wait a minute. Say that again, T. I'm sorry. Deacon Anderson.
Have no part in the things that people in darkness do.
Detach yourself from people who like dark stuff.
Listen.
Okay. How you a child of the light, but you still dipping with dark natures? Yeah. Listen, I want it too. Listen, having this stuff, I don't know. It ain't on my notes. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's good. It's good. Did you lose any followers?
Yeah.
Good. Come on, I'm sorry. Read again.
Have no part in the things that people in darkness do, which produce nothing good. Instead, tell everyone how wrong those things are.
Oh, right.
I mean, how do you disagree with word? It is what it is. Give me another translation. Who else got one? I like that one, though. That was great. What'd yours say?
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Check them.
Check.
Stand up and say, this ain't right. Because guess what? The more silent you are, the more in agreement you become to what's going on. And see, this is a maturity check for most of us in here. Because most of us in here would say, well, I ain't gonna just deal with it. I ain't gonna deal with it. You know, that's them. They can do what they want to do. But if you keep hanging with them, grandma used to say birds of a feather.
Do stuff together.
That's true too. I just watch a whole bunch of Sanford and Son. Now I become. Anyway, so watch it. Okay, I quit. So watch it. So you sitting up here, a hired help, because you didn't fill out an application of secrecy. And it's creating a deep fear of exposure, so now you in bondage to a situation. All because you open up to something in your eyes that your heart wanted to veto. So your ears opened up and heard something that your heart grieved about. Come on.
But Bishop, that doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be movie. It could be anything that your heart comes into agreement with.
Correct.
That's ungodly. It doesn't just. You can keep watching the same movies over and over. Or you can keep listening to certain lyrics and songs.
I'm going there. Hold on, Joyce. Just hold on. I said, she got on the horse and just left me. Joyce, can you come back with the horse, please? Let's ride together. So watch this. You got to be careful what you allow in your ears. And let me share this real quick. There's nothing wrong with having an attentive ear as long as you don't allow it to produce a collective heart. Everything you hear don't mean you got to keep it in you. Because there's people that make deposits into you and you ain't strong enough to realize that they made that deposit to free them but tie you up. Can I go deeper? Mm-hmm. So we got agreement is the principal thing, and then we talked about how secrecy is a form or a bond of soul tie, right? So now I got to go here because that's what we got to go for. So then there's agreement that takes place through soul ties, through sexual bondage. And so, not y'all, but the people who stay home, say stuff like, I gave them my heart. They stole my heart. That's my life. My life is wrapped up in him. What am I going to do without them? said not y'all. Folks stay home. See, but what y'all don't know is even a hint of them words build unhealthy soul ties with ex-partners or lovers, especially when it was consummated in fornication, adultery, or homosexual or lesbian acts. So you done cut ties with them when you were never supposed to be with them. And you sitting up there, they just used me. They stole my heart, broke my heart. And y'all wasn't married. Didn't have no ceremony nowhere. The only I do was before y'all did. Let me go back to that. Can I go deeper? Go to Matthew 5:28. Matthew 5:28. I gotta get out of here. Man, don't read it yet, because I gotta go somewhere. Are y'all ready for this? Mm-hmm. I'm serious. Are you ready for this? Because this is about to get real. It's about to get real. Because we talked about that physical soul tie, people you done slept with, and now you done cleave to them, even though you wasn't assigned to cleave to them. And so the hardest tie for a victim to understand, and I hope you'll catch this, are those who form relationships when ain't nothing happened. I promise I'm going somewhere with that. Okay. The hardest tie for some people to understand are those ties that are formed through relationships where nothing happened. I promise you I'm going somewhere. I mean, no physical contact whatsoever. Yet somehow a soul tie is formed. I promise you I'm going somewhere. Bondage don't appear. And so the symptoms are just like somebody that actually had sexual contact. Can I help you? Matthew 5, because y'all looking at me in that tone of voice. Read it.
But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman...
Do what?
Whosoever looketh...
No. Whosoever touch her, right?
No, whosoever looketh...
Whoever kiss her.
Looketh.
Hold her hand.
Looketh.
Rub her.
Looketh. I want you to get it. Looketh.
God today. Whosoever looks.
Yes.
Now do it say touch anywhere in there? No. Look. Come on, talk.
On a woman to lust after her.
Jesus, read.
And committed adultery with her already in his heart.
Looking with wrong motives is dangerous. Looking with the wrong motives opens the door for lust. Since you don't believe me, in the Bible, there was a man by the name of King David. King David was a king, he was a warrior, he was a fighter. And one day, instead of being out with his crew, instead of being the captain in war, he chilling at the crib. And he decides, let me look out the window and see what's popping up. Morning, Mr. Radio. Looks over and sees a sister by the name of Bathsheba bathing Y'all don't want to be real tonight. It's okay. I'll teach it somewhere else. Because if you ugly to me, I'll look you all in your face. Good, bless you. You're good.
Terrible. Terrible.
I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to say that. No, I didn't mean to say that.
But you said it though.
Listen, it ain't no struggle if it's not struggle for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you don't like chicken, somebody passing chicken around don't mean nothing to you.
Two chickens.
Josie, I don't know what to do with these preachers. Episode 4, Preachers of Toledo. Mess. It's a mess. Watch this. So listen. Let me go back to something about. I'm going somewhere with
She
this.
said 2 chickens.
Y'all laughing now. You'll be laughing about 30 seconds. Watch this. So, if you see something that does not ignite your struggle, then it's not a burden for you to look at. But the enemy has a way to strategically put before you what you're trying to get away from. Because at the end of the day, how can I save you all with your saved self on a Tuesday night? All of us in here like something. You like something. I don't know if it's tall, if it's small, if it's large and charged. You like something.
Oh my God. Oh
Come
my
here. You want to
God.
go deeper? If you want to go deeper, raise your right hand and say, ah. So a man, here it comes. Are you ready? So a man who's never met Beyonce can have a soul tie, don't miss it, with her image. Okay. Give me that. What's that man name? Elder.
Morris Chestnut.
He said Elder
Come
Bar.
on, sister, give me a man's name. There's a lot of sin in this room. That is named all type of names.
Denzel.
You know him. You know who he is. So watch this. You can never, hear me class, hear me.
Trey Songz.
You may never touch them, but every time you watch the video,
Oh Lord.
every time you see the movie, you start having an attachment over the image, because real talk, what you see on the screen ain't who they really are.
Tyrese. Baby boy.
You see body, but you don't know the brain. Catch this. So through images, not y'all, people stay home, you start idolizing, and watch this, and through masturbation, you enter this fantasy, and it's a real tie that can form as an objective of your lust. Even if you're in a relationship, if who you sleeping with is not the one that's in your mind. Okay, y'all don't. I'm out here now. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't coming back. It's okay. Trust me, this is the deepest. This is about as worse as it's gonna get tonight. So, you cannot be hooked. Watch this. Based on what you see, and watch this. You say, well, I ain't got no soul tie to them because I ain't never been with them. But you have been with them because even though you may have never touched them, your mind is in a full-fledged relationship. You ever have folks have an issue with somebody that's a popular singer or actor when they get married? You ever have some of them fans just go off? You should have never done that by Michael Jackson. I don't care how many times he got married. You don't have to worry about that one. But anyway, so listen.
Oh.
You ain't got to worry about that one. You ain't got to worry. That's what, them marriages you had nothing to worry about. Revelations 21:8, and I'll bid you adieu. Is this good tonight?
Yes.
Revelations 21:8. 21 and 8. It's okay. You can turn to Revelation. Don't be scared.
Sing
Come
it.
on. I need
Sing
somebody
it.
to read this.
Read it.
But the fearful
Huh.
and unbelieving
Come on.
and the abominable
Talk.
and murderers
Huh.
and whoremongers
Talk.
and sorcerers
Yes.
and adulterers and all liars shall have their part in the lake with burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
Sin enters through the eye gates. Lust results. Final destination, the second death. The lake of fire. So that, because we talk so much, let's go here. Because I told you a couple weeks ago, we try to put certain stipulations on certain sins. And we try to make certain sins bigger than other sins. When all sin is sin. And so normally when we talk about unlawful relationships, the first thing people want to talk about is adultery. But it's okay for you to keep playing house and you ain't married. So for about 3 minutes, I need to talk about what fornication is. Because when we talk about fornication, that's a common unhealthy soul tie that exists between two people who have not married each other. Oh, so they enter, oh God, into a sexual union in which they one flesh outside of the covenant of God. So you sit up here unequally spiritually yoked, but now you operating as one flesh over somebody that you weren't assigned to be with. But because you done consummated your union and now you one flesh, so now it's a lingering soul tie. So now you ain't even got to be in a relationship with them and it's still on you. Go to the mall, smell a whiff, and it smells just like Bobby. Lord
Man, Jesus. Listen here.
Watch a certain movie, and your mind go back to when y'all was having Netflix and chill.
Oh.
I'm sorry, that's too young. Certain song come on. And once you hear that certain song, your mind go right back to that night in the rain. Girl, you know I love you. Oh, 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 oh.
No.
I don't want to say that again. That was good. Okay, y'all too saved tonight. I gotta close this down. You write this down, because I'm about to say something. Write this down. I gotta go. So, could you please tell them? What's this? I'm gonna teach y'all something, and I don't care what anybody tell y'all. I'm about to tell you this. Love sick is a reality. Love sick is a reality. Here we go. If you hadn't fallen asleep on me in the beginning, here it comes. So what happens is, you've broken off with them, but the tie's still there. So now they develop this thing called obsession. Don't act like you ain't never had somebody that was crazy.
Why you so upset?
So watch this. Because even though y'all not physically together anymore, their mind is tormented. Because they can't get the other person out their thoughts. Doctors call it mind link, but the word calls it a soul tie. So here it is. Your mind keeps going back to what was. And you don't know why you feel this way, because you thought you were moving on. But you can't move on till that which is in you that was not assigned to you get cleaned out of you. You can go shopping, you can have 4 or 5 different men, but the reality is, until you get delivered from that soul tie, it's going to keep coming like a recycle. Every year around that time, you start feeling away. I wish I was talking to some real people here. we can't break it ourselves or it would have been broke.
Yes.
And it usually manifests when one of the partners is attempting to break it off. And so as bodies merge, souls merge. They cool till you say, I don't want to be with you no more. What you mean I don't make me no more? Y'all can write your own story. So, I'm going to quit tonight because I need, next week, I need all the time to deal with these last 2 months. Next week, write this down. We're going to deal with the agreement of obligation. Where somebody feels because they give you stuff, you owe them. Because they do for you, you're supposed to do for them. And many people enter into a bondage and a soul tie out of guilt because somebody helped you and they never let you forget that they helped you.
Right. Terrible.
And this one, Deacon Anderson, and I'm going home. This one is the one that had me crying, Kelly. The Lord said the last one that I need to deal with is called the soul tie of grief. When you can't let go of somebody that done died, it can become a bondage to you. If the Lord let you live next week, anybody can come back and hear this? Any questions? This was good tonight. Any questions?
Let me see.
Hey, 4 of y'all jump up right now. 4. I need 4 people to jump up. 1. No, stay up. 1. Not y'all in the back. Y'all went into class. 1, 2. 3. I'm not going to ask y'all to do nothing crazy. Are you standing? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me something that stuck out to you tonight, Katera.
Where's it at? Have no parts with people, darkness, expose them. Fear of exposure because of secrecy your heart grieves about.
Good. Keisha, what stood out to you tonight?
The fact that soul ties are developed to agree.
Good. LaJoy, what stood up for you tonight?
That just not standing up for what is right makes you in agreement with whatever's going on.
Good. Keisha, what stood up for you tonight?
I think there's create soul ties that's done by it.
Yes. Good. Good. Somebody else, tell me something. Tell me something about the, let's talk about secrecy for about 1 minute. Give me that secrecy. What stood out for y'all as it relates to secrecy? Right. Good. Great. Correct. You're allying yourself with that sin. Correct. Good. Sure. Lovesick is a reality due to the fact that there are people who, if they were not connected by way of God connecting them, their mind torment, what they may think is love, keeps them sick to a point of obsession, to a point of anger, frustration, those things of such. The term lovesick is more of a William Shakespeare type feel that deals with, because William Shakespeare, whenever he dealt with love, his love always ended up in death.
Right.
Romeo and Juliet, those type of things. And you should never love somebody so much that you won't take their life and yours too. I'll say that again. Do you know statistically the highest statistics as far as suicide is Caucasian men, followed by African American men, followed by Caucasian women, and lowest one is African American women, because a sister will kill you before she kills herself. She will take you out. always tell kind of church you have when you make certain statements.
Terrible.
I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Where is the oil tonight? Y'all just...
We need the oil.
All right. Amen. How many of y'all really were blessed tonight? Lift your hands. Father, we thank you and we praise you for your word tonight. Thank you for giving us clarity through your word to different questions that we had. Father, I pray tonight that this was not just enjoyable, but that it was empowering to your people, that as we leave here not just feeling good, but we leave here with a seed that is sown into our lives to help us not just help ourselves through your word, but maybe there'll be somebody that we connect with that may need to hear this word. And God, we ask that you allow us to recycle it back to their spirit. We thank you and we praise you. In Jesus' name, amen. Give God your best praise. Listen, let's prepare to give tonight.